Hi everyone, welcome to the Mudcast podcast. Where today I'm joined by the Huscaroni Pepperoni Pizza and myself, that Mud guy. Uh, kind of before the podcast starts, air quotes. I'm just gonna kind of let you guys know that the channel will be going through some changes as my work shift might be changing, and pretty much what that means is the streams will be pushed back to different times, different timing of the uploads. So, for instance, if I stay on first shift, the streams will be, about 4 or 5 p.m. and be a couple hours. Whereas if I go to second shift, the streams will be 12 p.m. to probably 2 to 3 hours max on that. With that also being said, the streams will be dropping down to 4 times a week. So it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, unless something comes up, and maybe a weekend stream if I have time, because usually I save the weekend for kind of those tier lists or the channel update videos or any other shenanigans that we usually do on the channel. As for the shorts are staying relatively the shit same. So, expect those kind of daily unless something occurs or I'm just too lazy, or something else kind of happens. You never know when it comes to life. That's pretty much it for the channel updates. I know I haven't made one in a while, but really a whole lot hasn't changed, let's be honest, except for the backgrounds and the face and maybe something else I'm not aware of.
The face was a nice touch.
The face was a very nice touch, even though, yeah, I'm still a little uncomfortable with that. But yeah, so yeah, we're doing a podcast now. This has kind of been a topic that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, and I kind of actually have to break the habit because when I stream, I look at my second monitor, so I'm gonna be probably not facing the camera a lot. I'm gonna try to fix that. It just seems really unnatural for me not to face a chat that's not there anymore. That's just muscle memory. But the whole idea of the podcast here is it's just the boys talking. We're gonna be talking about gaming, guns, just kind of any topic we want to talk about. So like today is kind of the pilot episode, so we're probably going to be more focused on what we kind of want to do with the podcast and things that we see that we want to change. Um, we do kind of have another topic lined up if we do get to that, or if we hopefully don't forget about that. And we might have guests on, we might not have guests on. Right now we kind of want to just keep it, I think, Discord or to our Discord and to our friend group, because I can trust them not to say slurs, hopefully. Like,
The important thing.
yeah, like Huscaroni Pepperoni Pizza might not be here for next week's stream or next month's stream. Like, we haven't even really figured out a schedule for that. So we're thinking of doing maybe one every week, because that's kind of a relaxed thing that we can do. It's not a whole lot of effort, and we're semi-coordinated enough to at least get one person in here. Right?
At least one if you count me.
Right. Because our issue is we're not coordinated. I cannot get any coordination, and it's my fault as well. I'm not coordinated as well. Like, even when we're doing like the Warhammer 3 tier or Warhammer 3 trial videos, or one video, see, that was a pain about to set up, let's be honest. So, but yeah, pretty much we're going to be just doing this partially unscripted. Like I said, I think when we do these more often, we're going to get better at them. We're going to actually have a topic in place as well. So,
I mean, we have a couple topics in mind right
right.
now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really up to it's Mud show.
Yeah, it's the Mud Show.
Congratulations
Yeah.
on your first episode. I'm glad I could be here for you.
Yeah. I kind of thought about trapping you here when I first like sent you the Snapchat message. I was gonna like get you in here and kind of trap you in here. I'm like, no, that's kind of mean. He might actually get salty that I just did that to you. But
You're gonna trap me as in like you're just
I
gonna
was gonna
start it.
bring you in here and it just immediately start the podcast up. But like make do the intro and anything, not just we're talking and not letting you know, because I feel bad whenever I'm streaming or recording. At least the people on my Discord know that if I'm staying in certain channels, that's when I'm streaming or recording, so they don't have to watch themselves. When I'm in other Discords, I ask for everybody's permission. Hey, I'm streaming. Hey, I'm recording. if you guys are comfortable with that, I'll mute you guys, or we'll take steps to make sure. So because I did have
I
a
do.
couple. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do think that it would be amusing to, if somebody's online, we just have this set up. You do your intro, and you're just like, all right, we're gonna bring this guy,
Yeah,
Raptor Monkey, online
right.
here,
Just
and
drag them
you
into
just
the chat. Yeah,
you just pull them in and you start grilling them.
yeah. That's something we might do because yeah, for those who are new to this, a lot of people are gonna be new to this. Uh, because I primarily live stream. Monkey and Raptor are two people that we generally have on our streams quite often, either in a chat trolling or in the actual voice chat, also trolling. So I kind of hopefully expect them to kind of be regular guests or members of this. Like I said, we don't really know how we want to format this. We want to just keep this in our Discord or within our friend group or so have you. Maybe it'll evolve, one way or another. We can't only go up from here, right?
Yeah,
We can't hit rock
yeah.
bottom. That's for sure. I mean, I, I guess the only thing that could go wrong is if the audio uh, gets bad or my camera blurs out, which will take me forever to fix. That's why I'm actually watching my right screen right now, is to make sure that camera doesn't blur out, because there's nothing for it to focus on in the background. So, I mean, in theory, but we'll see about that. So the camera's not too bad about going blurry, but it's a little bit on the cheaper end. So it is what it is.
Yeah. And so, any other updates that you have on the channel, or do we want to dive into any subjects that
Any more updates on the
intrigue you at the
channel?
moment?
Um, other than the time shifts, we're still gonna be making a War to Warhammer 3 tier lists. I would like to do more Warhammer 3 trials. However, that takes a lot of kind of prepping in mind, and obviously we want to do podcasts. I I mean, you were saying earlier if we should do a podcast every week, or if we should separate more. I guess it depends how well it does and how often we get people on. It's really low effort on my end, and I'm not saying that as in a bad thing. It's just something that I can just do, and you get it out there without having to do a lot of prepping and planning. Because I don't have any help, air quotes. I have interns that will help me, but like as far as it goes for producing videos, live streaming, making the shorts, doing the social media platforms, that's all me. So like when I want to make more of my gun videos, that's all me. I'm a one man camera crew, and so like that stuff takes a lot of time and effort. So just doing a kind of an easier format video, we might see a lot more of. Who knows? We got to figure out how the reception is on this as well. But so, what's the first topic we want to attempt to discuss? Is
Well, actually, you know what? I think that we should
putting on the hot
talk
spot.
about. Well, I had it in mind. So, I mean, we have a few different topics. I think at some point, talking about the dead internet theory, or, uh, I think that's a big topic that should come. I don't know if we want to do a full episode on it, or if we kind of want to talk about, like, maybe we even do, for this episode in particular. It kind of coincides with your channel updates.
Yeah.
What
Oh, yeah.
what
My
you would like to
interaction with the
see more
internet.
of?
My interaction with the internet as a whole, right? Yeah, especially from a nobody content creator, I would probably say, yeah. And
What your like, kind of what your journey has been since you've started. Kind of like,
my
I
journey,
guess
the mud
honestly, it
history. Are we
wouldn't.
doing mud lore today? Is that what's going
You
on?
know what? That might not be a bad idea to kind of, because I don't think anybody except for maybe myself knows the full story of Mudfan.
Oh god, the sad
So,
story. Start playing the violin. Uh, so I think the original concept of the YouTube channel was I was younger, and I was watching like basically Minecraft YouTubers. I'm like, I want to be a YouTuber. And like when I got to the age to legally have the Twitch channel, because Twitch actually came first, I immediately made a Twitch channel. because
Really? I didn't know that part.
yeah. So on the, I believe it was the PS4 had that streaming feature, and as
Hmm.
soon as I became of age to have the Twitch channel created, because you can't be a minor and have a Twitch or a YouTube account, obviously, or a channel. Um, you can have some parental settings on there, I think. Uh, that's when I first started streaming was Twitch on the PS4, and we actually started streaming the Minecraft videos, and then the YouTube side, uh, uh, the PS4 had some editing software where I could take um, my screen savings, basically my recordings of the streams, and go and edit them. However, the PS4 could only record up to 30 minutes at a time. So, and I don't know if there's any old streams up on the internet anymore. Well, it's the internet. There's somewhere. But like, if anybody was there for those original streams, you would know that I would have to record every 30 minutes on the dot. Thankfully, most of the streams at that time were about 2 hours long, so I knew beforehand just do 4 hours, or do click the record button 4 times. And then I don't
Heck,
remember what the PS4's recording software was. I think it was something something factory, like Video Factory. I would put a USB in, download the file, put it into my cruddy gaming laptop, and then I would do I think we had Sony Vegas at the time. I would use Sony Vegas to kind of do some minor edits to make sure everything was good, and then re-upload that. So the entire process of uploading a video took literally days because I had crap internet, crap computer that didn't run very good, and I don't even know what my first videos were. I think they were like Minecraft videos from PS4.
okay. So actually, you know what? Let's take a step even further back. Where did I guess let's know Mudfam a little bit more. So where did your name come
Oh,
from? In
this
fact,
is
how did
funny.
it actually even start?
So Mudfam on the PlayStation account was originally set up as the family account. So it was an account that everybody, we all played games, party games, so like trying to think what was on the PS4, like those go kart racing games. I don't know what was on there at the time, like Crash Bandicoot Racing, I think was it, or stuff like that. So the reason why it was named Mud Fam was because we were really big into jeeping and wheeling as a family. And the joke was our jeep would arrive to the park clean and then leave super super muddy, just covered in mud, because we always did like the silliest of things, like going in potholes that are a little too big for our giant tires and whatnot, or just making a mess of ourselves. So Mud Fam actually just came from kind of a generic family name. However, the reason why we kept it is because it kind of rolls off the tongue. And the funny thing is a lot of you guys actually referred to me as Mud IRL too. It's just, so it's like I answer to both like really seamlessly. It's like weird when you guys say my name, it throws me in a loop completely.
Hmm. So, I mean, yeah, knowing you and maybe one other person that I know of has the most consistent profile name that I've ever known. You've had it for well over a decade, I think, at this point.
Yes.
Whereas, like for me, I started with some silly, profile name that was like my initials, and
Mm-hmm.
it never. I mean, that's just kind of what I rolled with for a really long time, and then I'm like, you know what? I kind of want it to be something. I kind of played with the name a few times, and then I kind of landed on uh, what was it? I landed on shoot. It was like Jonah for a while
It's not,
because
yeah,
because my
because
name's Jonah,
that was an inside
um,
joke we have with the
but
old group. It's not delivery, it's the Jonah.
yep,
I still don't know how I even started. It made no sense out of context, but
and then not far after that, I ended up getting a husky dog, and I kind of just named. He became my password dog, really, or password pet, whatever you want to call it. So A lot of passwords are kind of named after him, but
Uh
um, eh, I mean, not anymore. I've changed my
oh.
my
Oh.
strategy on that
Yeah.
because you know how things go. But um, I I ended up kind of transforming from DeJona into Huscaroni, like pepperoni and husky,
Yeah.
and then I just kind of shortened it down to Husco, and so that's kind of how I landed on this. But I do know that you did have another name. You started off with another name.
Um, the original name, and it was created for me by somebody else because I was too
Yes.
young at the time. But it was Ash X Over or something.
Mm-hmm.
Are you referring to that one? That one was because
Yes.
I loved playing basketball. I was just really
Mhm.
bad at basketball, but that was like my absolute favorite sport. Uh, that one was kind of short lived. I think it didn't really think that was a PS3 name, and it didn't really survive the PS3 era because
Well, I think that I don't know 100% for sure. That account may still exist because it wasn't like an official account. It was just like a profile on a PS3.
yeah.
So that actually might still exist somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure. That'd be
hmm
interesting if because I think it used an email that you had too. So
Um,
it may have been actually, you know what, now that I think about it, it may have actually been a real
I think
PlayStation account.
I think the uncle created everything. I think it was
Yeah.
just
Yes, he did
because
create. I was there when it was made, but I
I don't
think
think
a
I would have had
Gmail
an
was made
email at
for you.
that point yet. Still,
I think a Gmail was made for you for that though.
oh, so he would have that information. I mean, that was just so like I wouldn't mess with his saves or his games or whatever.
Or my saves and my games.
Well, yeah.
Because
But
I know you wrecked some stuff.
oh, well, yeah. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
deny that.
I think there was a few times where you had access to it when I wasn't there, and that you played on like my profile once or twice,
It was
which
probably
wasn't a
like
big
Call of
deal.
Duty or something. Yeah. I
Like,
think
why
like
is my
one
KD so low now? And
or why do you have different attachments on your gun?
eh, is what it is now. But that was
Right.
shoot. How long ago was that? That was.
Oh my god, that was.
Mhm.
Do I want to say it was?
Let's just say it was
Was I like
it
10 when that was?
15
So
years ago. Let's just say it
yeah,
was like 15
yeah.
years
That
ago.
that was when I was a youngin for sure.
At least 15.
Yeah,
No, it was more than 15 years.
it,
It
it
had
had
to
to
have
be.
been
It was
like between 15 and 20. We'll just go.
right. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I just aged you.
I'm a very old man. I know. But like the funny thing with my name is, I can't create a new profile with my name. Mud fam has been taken from every existence, so I have to
Yes.
use like surnames now, pretty much to use it. And when the name first got created, I was actually really against it. I'm like, who the hell is gonna watch some guy named Mud Fam? That just sounds stupid. And now it's like, well, it kind of rolls off the tongue. I prefer Mud. I don't know if I'll ever change I kind of want to change the channel name to something else, but like, it's a it's a variety channel. I don't want to do like Mud Gaming or anything, but it's like people just call me Mud. So it's kind of interesting how it wasn't very popular, and now like Mud Fam is like taking on every platform it seems. So I've always used its
And now
name.
people don't even call you by your name. They just call you
No,
Mud,
yeah, they call me Mud, which it's whatever. I don't
even
mind
in
it.
person.
I went to a New Year's party years and years and years ago. And it was a member of the old group, and he invited me over to his family for New Year's Eve, and the whole entire family said, "Mud, you're here," or something like that, and it just threw me off because I didn't realize his entire family was in on it. But that was it was kind of weird, but like I said, I don't mind being called it. It's just weird that like people I don't know kind of already refer to me as that. I mean, I guess when you go to content creation, that's probably going to be more of a thing someday. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's your history
it,
and
that like I have a
my
lot of
history.
history. My history was on and off though. Like I
So after
paused several times.
so after the PlayStation 4, like I guess where did you go from there?
So from the PS4, I went to the shitty gaming laptop and we played a hell of a lot of PUBG. I actually paused content creation because my grades were suffering and just a lot of stuff was going on at that time. Just kind of not throwing shade at my family or parents, but they didn't like the fact that I was gaming so much. And you know, surprise, surprise, I'm still gaming several years later. A little too excessively, I guess, but it's whatever. So I paused it. I think I paused Twitch stream like 2 or 3 times. I paused YouTube. I think officially it's only once. Um, when I got to the crappy laptop, I couldn't really stream. I couldn't really record. So it kind of was paused there for quite a while. Years and years and years go by after you guys were bullying me to actually build a PC because during that time, the group was PC build elitists. And I didn't
Oh,
have any money to my name besides, birthday money, Christmas money, good grade money. So at the time when I got my first job after it would have been graduating high school, I think, or a little after maybe graduating high school. When I got my first job, I immediately built parts for my PC, and my parents were fucking pissed at me
hmm,
because at the time it was, I believe, the PC. I think it was like $800 to $1,000 was the budget. So it was like I had a Ryzen 5. I think it was a 1500, right? I think
no, not a 50. I want to say you had like a
1600 because I upgraded to a 3600.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was something. So I
you had
upgraded
like
to
one of the
next gen.
first gens.
Yeah, I had a first gen, and then I think it was either 8 or 16 gigs of RAM at the time, which that really hasn't changed because a little bit of storage. And I don't remember my first graphics card was actually a T50 Ti, but we later upgraded that to a 1070 Ti to play Battlefield 5. And then I think I touched streaming a little bit during that time period, but once again, I wasn't getting good frame rates and I wasn't really satisfied with the product. So we kind of stopped that again. I could do some games, I couldn't do half the games I wanted to. And then eventually I upgraded to a for to win 3060, and then I upgraded to a Ryzen 5 3600, and I could do a little bit more. However, I was still kind of relatively limited on making content for newer games. So at this time, I wasn't really making YouTube videos, and I was kind of streaming sparsely. I don't think I got really too heavily into streaming, even though I built the PC to be budget streaming, but I just couldn't handle any of the new stuff or what the popular kids were playing, so it kind of sucked a little bit. And then the new PC that we're on, which is
Oh,
entirely
this is only
content.
your third build?
Yes, I am very
Hmm.
bad at building stuff for PCs. The first PC I built, it failed me completely within a year. I had to switch out the motherboard, switch out all the parts. I think it had something to do with the copy of Windows. I think the copy of Windows was bad because I would have a friend come over and look at it, and we would reinstall Windows, and it would do something funky according to him. So
Hmm.
I think I just had a bad copy of Windows, and eventually I repurchased Windows when I got the 3060N and just did a fresh install. And like I said, I could do some content creation, but not a whole lot. And then when I got the new PC, that's kind of like I kind of spent a lot of money on this PC. I saved quite a bit too. I think the price range was 4,000, and I actually was under that. So it has a 5080 16 gigabyte or 16 or 24 gig VRAM. Can't remember. Got 32 gigs of RAM before the RAM apocalypse. So I actually got it at a good price, and it has a Ryzen 9 9900X. So like it can really handle almost everything now.
Yeah, you got a
Unless
big
the
boy
games are
PC now.
fairly badly optimized, I can record and stream most any games, and
You can
that's kind
record,
of
stream, and play.
right. And that's kind of where I started really making the content, like Dead by Daylight, Warhammer, Monster Hunters, really any game I could play, or Tom Clancy games. but it was just I had such long pauses in between them, and obviously it doesn't really help when you take a pause. And forbid when you take a week pause, even I notice the metric go down because I like looking at numbers. I know everybody says don't look at the numbers; it's just gonna make you depressed. I like looking at numbers. It makes me depressed, but it's whatever. It's I
I mean,
just
you've been pretty consistent the last, what, year and a half now
yes.
of doing
So
this? Like,
yeah,
you've been
so
really consistent with it.
yes, and I do have my own gripes about it. And I kind of say on stream, and it's it's just my dissatisfaction. It's just kind of the state of being a small content creator. Like I said, I'm kind of doing a lot of things by hand. I'm not perfectly good with it, but I mean the YouTube channel has been up for a long time though. It's just the pauses that took place. Like I said, there was I think a solid 5 year gap between like my first pause with the videos and what I'm doing now. I think that's not, maybe 5 to 6 years, but like I said, um, it's kind of been a journey, and like you said, I've been kind of streaming, recording quite regularly. I think I've been doing YouTube now for 3 years straight. I've been streaming now, I think, for 2 years straight, because at one time I was doing YouTube and I was doing YouTube streaming actually because that was a feature I want to try and I was really happy with it. And then I'm like, well, it doesn't make sense that I'm streaming on Twitch, which is the bigger platform for streaming. I mean, even when I look at the metrics now, I can double the viewers on Twitch than YouTube. So if I get like 3 concurrent viewers on YouTube, generally I have 6 to 7 on Twitch. So to kind of give you an idea how small of a content creator I am. But I notice those metrics immediately though.
Interesting.
So, but now I stream at both at the same time because I can handle it. My internet can handle it. So like I
Yep,
stream
you
it
got
at
new
both
internet,
platforms.
new PC,
Yeah,
you got
new
pretty
place.
much,
Yeah,
yeah, new place, everything. You've got all of everything you need, all the tools at least
yeah,
to get where you need to go.
right. And like, and before everybody gets crazy ideas, oh my god, this idiot just jumped into content creation. No, I have a steady job. I have a quite decent job. It's just like I said, my work schedule just kind of changes frequently, and I'm not throwing shade at the family once again. It's just when you have a big household, well, for me anyways, I guess, uh, you can't really sit here and record and stream for like several times or several hours of the day. Towards the end of before moving, they kind of understood of when I was streaming and recording, so they wouldn't bother me. But it's still kind of hard to do.
Yeah, you couldn't do it without interruption for one
Right.
reason or another.
Or
Um,
yeah. So because
or a
I
loud
tried
noise from your chickens.
the chickens or the dogs or the cats. So, uh, generally speaking, I try to protect my family from the content creation because I know that's something they're not interested in at all. They do sometimes recognize that like something just pops up and they get in it, but usually I can cut that out or whatever. When I was living there, anyways. But the big push for content creation was when I kind of moved out my own because now I can make my own schedule because I'm a big boy now and I can kind of do my own stuff.
Heard
So
that from Mudfam first. He's a big boy now.
I'm a big boy. I pay bills. Yeah, but yeah, and I do enjoy content creation. The one thing that bums me out as a small content creator though is that, like I don't see the metrics that I want to because nothing's more disheartening when you put a lot of time and effort into something and it gets maybe 5 views like that, and that's kind of why like we don't see a lot of high quality, air quotes, high quality videos on the channel. Like I used to do primarily stream highlights because I'm primarily a streamer. I enjoy streaming. I love looking at the chat and just I love the impromptu-ness of it. So I primarily did stream highlights for the longest time. However, when you do a 4 hour stream highlight, you have to think about it. I stream for 4 hours and then I have to go through the entire clip, which is 4 hours. And that's not counting the edits, changes, adding memes in or doing uh text over talk, or like when somebody's talking I do text for I think 1 or 2 videos. Like that takes a lot of time, and then you're rendering it, uploading it, making a thumbnail for it, and it's like it wasn't worth the effort. It was. I did enjoy making it. It just wasn't worth the effort though, because I wasn't getting the feedback that I wanted to. Sadly,
So you're at the point basically. You're pretty
that's all I can
you're
report.
pretty much a veteran when it comes to at least producing, the videos. You're at the wall of how do you organically
How do I organically grow? That's
grow and build your
yeah,
audience.
and
Because I'm
yeah.
sure there's people out there that would love to see what you
So
produce.
just so at the time of making this podcast, we're seeing was it 100 and is it 56 subs? Yes, sure. I'm not gonna look
Yeah,
at it
so
right now.
150 something people want to watch you,
Well,
you know.
if they're not bots or whatever, but I'm not gonna. That might be for another podcast if we
Well, that's
talk
for
about
the dead internet theory.
that. Yeah,
We can talk about that in the next episode.
right. So the problem with organically growing is that you have this is kind of delving into the internet theory a little bit is that you gotta rely on AI algorithms. So on YouTube side, and yes, I'm a very small creator, but I've been doing this for actually a long time now, so I kind of know what to do. It's just luck based, pretty much at this point, at least for YouTube and Twitch. And what do I mean by that is like sometimes I get a thumbnail that gets like a lot of clicks. Sometimes my videos will actually properly pop in the feed, and the the best way that you grow on YouTube organically, and it's something I don't do because I'm not very social, is you gotta interact with other streamers or other content creators. So if you like stream Dead by Daylight, you need to go and sneak your way into interacting with another Dead by Daylight content creator. So you're both gonna share each other's audiences and you're gonna grow. That's just something I've noticed. But on the YouTube side, you're generally looking at high click rate and watch time. The YouTube algorithm looks at this point in time. It changes because they can't decide. It looks at high click rate and it looks at how long those people are watching. If people click on the thumbnail a lot, but they stay for 3 seconds, video's generally not going to do good. For the shorts feed, it seems completely random because I have shorts that have 70% view percentage, and it falls flat on its face when I had shorts that have 30% view or view time watched, and it does really good in terms of views. It does. So shorts are kind of more random and sporadic. They will inflate the channel for views, but I like seeing numbers, so I still upload shorts daily because shorts are kind of easy for me to make. Depending on the game, sometimes I gotta dig for like 2 hours to find a short. Sometimes I can dig for like 10 minutes to find a short. And then YouTube streaming, uh, I kind of experimented making thumbnails for it, and right now I'm not making thumbnails for it, and it's whatever people click on it. So I don't really know how best to grow a live streaming YouTube channel. I will say though, YouTube does it differently for everybody. If you watch the live streams, you're going to generally be recommended past live streams or current live streams if the creator has it set up. If you watch videos, you're only going to see the videos. If you watch the shorts, you're generally only going to see those shorts. And what I mean by that is like Epidemi. He's a DBD content creator, one of the best Bubba players out there. That's how he became where he is now. For the longest time, I thought he only made shorts. And then one day I viewed his channel. I'm like, oh, this guy actually makes long form videos. That's what I mean. But for other social medias, I still can't really figure it out. I do post there, but nothing takes hold. It's just algorithm not working against me or not in my favor. And Twitch, it's a little bit of skill and a lot of it luck. And the issue is the way its archaic system is set in place. The highest viewers are gonna do best, or the highest viewer streams are gonna continuously grow, while the smaller ones are really not. I mean, it's competition. You're always gonna have competition. Streaming is more cutthroat and competitive because why would you watch like Huscaroni Pepperoni Pizza when I'm streaming? If we share audiences, for instance, why would you watch him over me if maybe I'm just a better streamer or more entertaining. You can't watch two streams at the same time. It's not like a YouTube video where you can watch my video and then watch his video. So, uh,
Yeah, I mean, you can, but it's,
right, but
you need some severe ADHD
right, and
to be able to focus on two
and right
streams at
now
the same
there's
time.
a plague with Twitch stream where people are just view botting. Like, hey, if I get 100 view bots, I could be at the top of the list for some of these smaller games. I'm never doing that, obviously. It's I do have something of a moral code, believe it or not. It's just I recognize the problem. It's like, generally speaking, if you want to grow as a Twitch person, stream the smaller games that have about, I would say, 200 to 400 viewers. You will still have some competition there. However, if you can get like your friends on board to watch your stream, you could kind of top there on the list. I was technically, and I proudly say this, I was a constant top streamer for Killing Floor 2. I had constantly 13 viewers, kind of thing. So, which,
So
yeah.
that's very interesting. So what would you say has gone right? So over the past year and a half, like your most consistent time of creating content, what have you noticed anything that has gone very well versus, the things that didn't do so well?
So one of the things that went well on the YouTube side, and I kind of like to split everything up because like like I said, live streams, shorts, and videos are all separate. So it's one channel, but it's technically three, just the way that YouTube pushes the content. So for long form, I noticed that my tier lists do really good, and I don't really know why. I think that's because nobody else does the Warhammer 3 tier list. We had one guy do it, or we had two guys do it. One guy kind of did it more Legend Total War. He's out of the picture now. Not going to delve into that drama because it's been a while, and I kind of saw the opportunity, stroking my beard, be like, and I'm like, I'm gonna do the tier list now because I was always afraid of doing a tier list when he was doing tier lists and being called a copycat or kind of having aggressive people find the channel. So I would actually post on Reddit for that because Reddit's system is still a little bit archaic, not in a bad way, where like you can view newest posts to oldest posts, popular, and so on and so forth. So I would post a tier list on there, and people would go from Reddit to YouTube. However, I will say this now: I don't like the majority of Reddit. Most of you guys are assholes, and that's me putting it nicely. That's me putting it nicely. There's a couple people on Reddit who are like keep posting videos on here. I'm like, I don't know if I want to. It gets me
Do it
depressed.
do it for the ones that want it.
Yeah.
Do it for the ones that love you.
Right. Well, I do post the videos on YouTube as well. Just a cough, subscribe, cough. So for long term, yes, that has been the constant positive. Is the tier lists generally do really good. We are kind of constantly experimenting on videos, what works, what doesn't work. The problem is once or YouTube kind of puts you as a channel that's like not worth pushing anymore, it's really really hard to get out of, especially YouTube gaming. So we'll see if this podcast changes that up or not. But as for the short side, it used to be dead by daylight. I was getting really really good views. I was getting a lot of interactivity because I love reading the comments. So I was getting lots of comments, lots of likes. Really good metrics. So that's why I started really really playing heavily into Dead by Daylight, even though that makes me really really angry. It's a rage-inducing game. And then like I said, shorts are kind of sporadic now. They don't do good anymore, so I'm just trying to find the next game to satisfy the algorithm gods. And then for the YouTube streaming, it seems like if I do consistency, it seems to be doing good again. My streams used to be doing really good, and for some odd reason, just stopped overnight. I think it's because somebody said a certain thing in a stream that like just made me get put on a naughty list. And then for Twitch, I haven't really found a mojo yet. I noticed Warhammer 3 I do good in. It just I have 1,200 hours in Warhammer 3, and I can't play multiple campaigns, in a week. It it's not very fun. I mean, I could do a campaign
Yeah,
or two. It just, it's hard to keep that
I
energy.
in the thing with Total War is unfortunately just honestly the density of viewers is just not there. So like, if you had like maybe you're commanding like 30% of all the viewership of the Total War streams, if you had that same ratio with I don't know, like Call of Duty, you might be hitting, thousands.
Right.
Or I don't really know. I don't really follow
Right.
Twitch too much on my own, but I
Well,
mean, I watch you, but that's
that's
about
why
it.
we do both platforms now, because there's like, even me, I don't like watching Twitch. It's weird. I'm primarily a streamer. I don't like watching Twitch outside like three streamers. Um, with Twitch, I'm kind of weird. I don't mind, like, I love, big numbers, but like if I have my chat feed being active with like 3 or 4 people, I'm generally really happy with that. I consider that a good stream. I just love the interactivity. Like, I love when people get on the stream and they're like, "Hey, it's my first time playing this faction," or, I got questions about how to do this, and I will like pause the gameplay and I'll break it down how you guys can like do these things. I love it. Like, I like nothing makes me happier when it's like I'm struggling against fighting Scarbrand. How do I fight Scarbrand? And I just say bring mass range and artillery, and pray to God that he doesn't have busted items, or items that make him busted, I should say. It's just stuff like that. Or, hey, how do I kill Vlad? Like, once again, mass range, really, in that case. But so I enjoy it. I know the viewership isn't as high, but what problem is, when you stream Call of Duty, it's, once again, you're gonna watch the popular streamers play it because they're either super good or super entertaining. You're not gonna really go down the giant list of hundreds or thousands of streamers, fighting for the breadcrumbs. So generally speaking, when you stream like Warhammer 3, for instance, that have a couple hundred viewers, depending who's streaming, you have a better chance of getting some growth, or at least some interactive people. Now, I'm not going against the lurkers. I don't mind having lurkers. It's just, it makes me feel better that, there's people I can talk to. So, even though I'm not social.
Yeah. Like, for example, I'm looking right now, and Warhammer 3 has a total of 33 viewers.
Oh, it's also time of day. When I
I
stream,
mean,
there's
yeah,
usually, that's another
fair
big
enough.
deal, is streaming the right times. Yeah. You kind of want to stream around the big streamers, but problem is, it's kind of hard to do now because some streamers damn near stream 24 hours a day now. So it's like you can't really avoid it like you used to. Like, back in the day, I would do streams at like 6 o'clock to, I think, 8 or 10, and I would do fine because none of the big streamers were really active at that time, or for whatever reason, maybe in my time zone. So it was worked for me. Midnight streams never took off because my primary audience wasn't awake at that time, and that kind of sucks. So hopefully I don't get reset, because when your primary audience is sleeping, you're basically starting from scratch again if you don't have a big enough following.
Yeah. Dead by
Um,
Daylight seems to do pretty well though, and that probably makes sense as to why your
I noticed with Dead by Daylight,
performance.
the videos are hit, or, well, they're mostly misses. Like I said, the shorts are all over
Oof.
the place, but the streams, I noticed that if I make it like interactive, like fewer build submits, people love doing that because it just involves shenanigans. Because I like the interactivity, and I find like if you can interact with your chat more, it's much better. Like when we were doing a 7 Days to Die interactive chat, or we were experimenting, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it. It's just for some odd reason, nobody likes to hop between streams for that game at this time, anyways. They seem to kind
Gotcha.
of stick. Once again, it's highly competitive market. So,
Very interesting. So that's honestly that's kind of like a perfect, like, I guess, snapshot of what maybe what you're hoping the show's going to be is just we could talk about
right, like we might talk about like certain topics, or like, hey, we're playing this game, and here's our opinions on it, or it's you know, or we might do more mud lore, like how does Huskaroni know me so well, or who was the old friend group, or who's the current friend group. It's or so on and so forth. I mean,
Sure. Yeah, yeah. You have a lot of lore.
the lore is evolving slowly but surely.
And I mean, yeah, we could. I think there's a few topics that are going to be up and coming here.
Right,
That we could probably. It's almost been an hour, and this is episode 0, our prologue, kind of giving you
right,
the first look at who Mr. Mudfam is.
right. So
And go ahead.
oh, sorry. I was gonna say, what should we name this? Should we name this the pilot episode or the Mud Lore episode?
You know, that's a good question. And I was kind of thinking about that earlier. I mean, we could simply just call it the, the
Like,
Mudcast prologue, or
I still
however
don't
you
know
want.
how we're gonna do the thumbnail. That's gonna be interesting. Like, they're gonna be watching it. It's gonna be like he still doesn't know what thumbnail to make. You're absolutely right. We're playing this by impromptu. We're doing this by total impromptu right now. Besides a couple topics.
Well, yeah, I mean, I found out today that we were gonna do this, so
Well, the crazy thing is we've been talking about doing a podcast for I think realistically years now. I was like, nobody took it seriously, and I'm like, I really want to actually do it. Nobody, and everybody's like, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, let's just talk. Like, there's nothing wrong with talking. Like, the funny thing is, night shows are dying, but podcasts are going up, which is kind of weird because it's still basically the same format. Just a lot more people are doing podcasts.
easier to listen to.
Easier to listen to.
And
I
if you
mean,
did want to actually watch it, I mean, some people or some podcasts actually have a video.
yeah.
Um, Ours does not currently, not
Well,
to say
well,
it will never, but
we're just doing the Discord chat thing. It's like this one might be a little bit more boring because I don't know really what we're gonna do about these black borders. Who knows? We might have an overlay in the future. We might play a game in the background. We might have a GIF just spinning around doing something nonstop. I don't know. Like I said,
maybe we should have like a VR lobby that we're just in.
I mean, if we all have VR headsets, I'm still waiting for the Valve
Eventually.
headset to come out.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm waiting on too. Is
Oh,
once that comes out, we can get that, and maybe we can
we're gonna
sit
fight
in a
each other for
corner and
those
just have
pre-orders.
conversations.
I have a feeling I'm gonna have to fist fight half the Discord to get a VR headset because I know there's like 2 or 3 other people in our Discord that are wanting that.
Hey, no, you already have one, so
I have the Oculus One.
yeah.
I have, and it gives me motion sickness because it's so front heavy. Like, I was
Well,
going to upgrade to an Oculus, I think it was 3, where they actually made a counterweight so you could put on your back because I love playing VR. It's the future of gaming. It's just the first headset obviously had some issues, and it also won't let me access my own library anymore. But whatever. So I personally just been wanting an upgrade. I don't have a space for a Valve Index or any of the other spacious headsets. I like that the Steam Frame, that's what it's called, right? The headset
yeah, I believe
is
so.
its built-in device, built-in console, so to say. It just interacts with the other Steam devices as well, or plugs into PC. So that's really what's selling me is that like I don't need to plug it into the PC or get uh put up boxes everywhere to get it to work. So I'm just hoping that it's not going to break the bank and then some. We'll
I mean,
see.
it ain't gonna be cheap, but
It's
it'll
not going to be
be.
cheap. I think it'll be worth it though.
I
'Cause-
My understanding was that their goal was for it to be like priced the same as the index, or
right,
if not cheaper. So my guess is it's probably gonna be a little bit more expensive.
right. Which I mean, I like I said, I'm going from an Oculus One to this, so the upgrade for me makes the most sense. However, if you're using like the newest Oculus or the Index, probably really doesn't make sense to upgrade it because you already have the tech or
Yeah, if
already
you already
have
have the tech,
newish
there's
tech.
almost no reason to
Right.
really do anything. I mean, I don't think there is a perfect, like, I think every single, even like HTC, Meta, they all their different versions of VR, I think they all have their pros and cons, and it's so will the frame. And from what I've seen, from people that have tested it, that even they say, it's still great, it's fantastic,
Right.
but it will have its flaws, and I am interested to see what it is.
Hmm.
Although I am definitely appreciative of not needing like base stations.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big selling point because like a lot of people, including me, don't have the area to make that in. I mean, hell, when I had the Oculus One, I punched my TV a handful of times. Thankfully, I never broke it, but I punched it when playing those like boxing games.
Like for example, I do believe the MetaQuest 3 has a pass-through camera so that you can see where you're going. For example,
Yep.
you can
Uh.
enable that,
Hmm. Yep. The Oculus One
and
had that
it's
too.
and it's in color.
Oh yeah,
My
mine was
understanding,
grayscale.
yes, my understanding is that the Steam frame is grayscale. But I think they're also working on a future update to convert that to color, but I don't know how they would do that. So,
I mean, to
but,
me, it's not a big deal. You just need to see where you're going. I don't think color really
well,
matters.
I think it would be neat because, like, you could be doing the dishes or something
Right.
and watching a
Yeah.
video,
Right.
or
I
or
could use the
literally
Valve.
doing anything,
I could use the Steam frame to live stream me cooking.
or you could be driving down the road,
Uh, yeah, I guess.
and
Uh,
pretending like you're driving something faster than what you are.
right. Right. Yeah.
Um, but you know, I I'm definitely, I think we all are excited for this to come out, and definitely, hopefully we can get our hands on one soon enough,
Yeah.
and maybe we can, even in one of these, we can do a,
Oh,
just
a
like
VR
talk
or
about how
VR
we feel
chat
about
or
them.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I mean, there's infinite amounts of topics that we could talk
make
about.
make a showroom and it's just us talking like like the talk shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool, but it depends if we can get our hands on one because I think right now even the game like the Steam deck is still kind of hard to get because of RAM shortages and um, they did take some actions against the bots buying them and scalpers buying them. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully it won't be too much a fight. I mean, like I said, I will throw hands in this Discord to get one. Uh,
Why just the Discord?
well, because there's four of us that are trying to get it as well. I believe it's Raptor, Monkey, me, you, and I think it's Kestis or it's one of the like other people that they don't interact with Discord a lot, but I do know that they're looking at VR stuff. So
I mean, I'm sure plenty of people are. So yeah, we'll only be able to know what happens,
right,
once they decide to actually release it.
right, yeah. I mean, a lot of people were
Chances
kind of
are,
disappointed with the price of the Steam machine, but I mean, for what it is, it actually does pretty well, from my understanding. So,
typically, you can build a machine that's maybe slightly larger because I do believe its footprint is smaller than a typical mini ITX
yeah, you can't.
motherboard, but
Yeah,
but if- but you can still build very small and get better
a
performance
little bit better
for
performance. It's just
for the same price.
right. But I argue you're also buying it for the convenience. You're not building a PC. Like this PC I have actually wasn't built by me. I pre-ordered or I ordered the parts and gave it to a friend. He built it. He optimized it. 'Cause like I said, man, that's I know it's like a Lego set. It just doesn't like I had such bad luck with the first PC that it kind of made me nervous about doing anything. So besides like a GPU swap, that's like probably the only thing I would do. So so my next PC build, if I ever build another PC, will probably just be a pre-built off of one of those websites for. It's gonna be a really expensive, but that's probably what I'll do in the future.
Interesting. I've always just built my own. I
It's cheaper. It's cheaper. I I'm willing to pay for the convenience of having it pre-built, though. I guess is the way I see it. It's you
I
know
guess to each their own. Like,
right. Well,
I'm me being me. I like to work on cars. I like to work on computers. I'll
right.
open it up. I actually enjoy putting it together.
Yep.
And then, the best feeling is, when you hit the power button and it turns on. And my, I don't know, I don't think I told you, but when I built my server, that was my first mini ITX
Hmm.
build that I've ever done. So quite small. It's got a handle on it. I could put it in my backpack and take it wherever I wanted. But it's a full-on, PC. The only thing it doesn't have is a GPU in it. It's got the CPU. It's a Intel i5, so it does have an integrated GPU on it. So it can output video and be fine.
Right.
But
It's mostly the
um,
runners Minecraft servers, though.
yeah, it does. Most of what it does is more than that, but um,
How much
it's just a
dedicated
server.
RAM did you put into it?
I have 32 gigs, so just two slots. It's a mini
Oh,
ITX
okay.
build, so that's
Oh,
as
okay.
many slots
Okay.
slots as I could use. And the funny thing is, I built that in October of last year, so it was
Mhm.
right before RAM just stored. And
Yeah, I was lucky with my PC build too. I bought my
I,
stuff towards the beginning or end of September, beginning of October, and like 2 weeks later, prices started going up.
and
Like,
I was caught off guard too, because I was like, oh, you
yeah,
know.
oh,
But well, what made me really mad. So, well, first of all, to continue my story on this, I built it, I put it all together, and I hit the power button, and it didn't turn on. And I'm like, ah, geez, what did I do wrong? And you know what? I still don't even know what I did, because I just kind of pushed in all the connectors a little bit harder, and then I pushed the power button on, and it turned on. And for some reason, I had to shut it off a couple months ago and turn it
hmm
back on, and same thing, it wouldn't turn on
huh,
again. And I'm like, what the heck? And I did the same thing, pushed the connectors all in a little harder, and it started right up. So I don't know. There's probably something going on in there. It's a little tight to really move around. So
yeah. I went with the
I'm just gonna let it
biggest
continue to
possible.
run.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, this thing's been on for, honestly, at this point, it's probably been on for 4 months straight, and nothing,
sheesh.
no issues.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you get. It is a Linux machine, so
right. Well, its only purpose is to run our Minecraft server or whatever server we
it,
want. So,
nope. Right now, it's running. I shut down all the Minecraft servers. Um, I have a Discord server running, or a Discord bot running.
hmm
Um, Basically just sends messages about stocks, and I have a Jellyfin server, so
yeah,
I've got some movies that I pulled from Blu-ray discs and was able to throw them on there, and
your own
I can
digital
watch them just
library.
yep, my own digital version of a streaming platform. So
Yeah.
I would highly recommend anybody to do that.
Well, yeah, especially when people's libraries are getting cut down because it's like, oh, you have the license to watch it, you don't have the license to own it. Like,
Exactly. I do. Technically, I think you are. I don't know. You're voiding use agreements or whatever when you strip a
probably
Blu-ray like that. But I mean, if it's for personal use, I mean,
I
you
it
can't
could
track every person down that does that. So
yeah, admitting to illegal stuff in a podcast. Oh boy,
yeah, I don't. Maybe cut that out. I don't know.
maybe cut that out. Maybe, we'll see.
Maybe just leave it. I don't. I mean,
It's
there's
you're being
people that
yeah. The
actually
one
create
person
videos
that
on how to do
watches
it.
this is gonna be like, I'm gonna make a call to Sony right now.
No, well, Sony doesn't own the rights to them.
Well,
Like
it depends the movie, but I'm just
it
saying
depends
that
on the
because they're the
movie, right?
Blu-ray people.
But
So
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
did
mean,
not tell you which ones I
all
did
right.
that to. So good luck.
Good luck, right? Um, but outside of that, like, there's not really much going on at the moment. It's just kind of a waiting game, right? Because
for, I mean, yeah, everything is just, you know, PC builds. I mean, or you mean like for RAM, or are you
Well, yeah,
talking
kind
about
of
for
just
the?
like us like waiting to get like the new toys in. I mean, like
Oh, I
even the
mean,
games coming out, like there's not really a whole lot.
I'll tell
That's
you what, I got my two toys that just came in.
oh yeah, you're talking about the guns.
Yep.
Yeah, that could be exciting. We're gonna go do a range day eventually. Which here's another mud lore fact. I'm a huge gun nut, and when I play futuristic based games, I am disgusted because I can't identify what I'm using. Killing 4-3, I'm fucking looking at you. Be better. Yes,
Well,
I,
you know,
it's-
you have to license, and if you don't
yeah.
have
Well,
the
I
means
know
to
you have to
license,
license it, but that's why they put fake names in there. But it's like make it similar. Don't. Oh God. Oh, Fallout 4 is also kind of ugh. I, I get disgusted.
oh, Fallout 4 has its own lore behind what they're using.
Why all the guns are left-handed?
Yep. No,
Hmm.
I don't. Honestly, I don't know.
Why is the bolt action? Why are you holding a bolt action rifle with your left hand or your right hand, but the bolt's on the left side? Like, when somebody pointed that out to me, I've been like forever bugged by it. I actually have a mod that like swaps it around, but it's still kind of cursed because they kind of changed too much of animation. But yeah, I'm a huge gun nut, and it's like I don't know if we'll do a lot of gun videos on this channel in particular. I would like to. It just takes a lot of time and effort, and there's a chance it just doesn't do good. And I'm kind of too afraid to take the risk. In all honesty, like I unironically have a half a script made up of the RPK versus the AKM because it's good if I ever do upload the video or record the video because like I said I kind of made up the script in my head and I wrote down the kind of snippets down how I'm gonna do it. It's just gonna be a meme. Like the start of the video, if I do this, is it's gonna be just the whole like me versus the guy or versus. Oh, hold on, how does the meme go? It's you versus the guy who told you not to worry about, and I'm gonna slam the RPK on the table. I'm hoping that it breaks the table in half.
Well, you
So
just gave away the biggest
it
part of your
doesn't matter.
upcoming video.
It might not be to fruitation.
Well, that's what we were supposed to do when we went
Well,
to the range next.
I mean,
So
yeah.
you just ruined it.
Oop,
So
there goes the
everybody,
camera.
everybody,
Oh, it, camera's like,
everybody.
no, this is enough. But yeah, so it's
I mean, I guess that's good timing. We made it about an hour. So
yes. So it's just a snippet of what I want to work on next that may not come to fruitation.
I think it will. I think you give it time, it'll happen.
Yeah,
And
yeah. The funny thing
moving
is,
forward,
I don't know. I'm pretty positive I can say this in the video. Is that so? It has a drum mag, right? And I'm gonna put a joke in there that this drum mag holds 29.5 rounds for YouTube policy. And
there you go.
I don't know if we're even gonna do a shooting video. I think I just want to do a comparison video. Like I'm gonna get a couple of meme snippets from some other places because it's not gonna be a shooting video. It's just gonna be me of a breakdown because like halfway down to the video I'm gonna be like, and everything else is the same pretty much. The funny thing is about the AK platform is that it's not very modular. Well, now it is. Back then it wasn't very modular, but the commies had a really good idea. It was we want one platform for or we want one platform with a similar size bullet. Right, great idea. We want to be able to shoot long range. We want to be able to provide suppressive fire. We want it to be good in urban environments. The one crappy thing is the bullet is really shit ballistically. 7.62 by 39 really doesn't perform that well. 5.45 by 39 doesn't perform very well. Just at ranges. So like the Dragonoff is like okay. The RPK, the Romanian RPK, I should say, is actually good because its job is just to shoot fast and lots of bullets, and then the AKM is the AKM. So um, it's
Well,
kind
you
of
can
funny,
still do a shooting though. I mean,
right?
that's
Well,
the whole
yeah,
point.
but
You want to
but
show
you
that you
compare
get
it
some
to like the
rounds.
5.56, where like we went kind of a little bit of a similar route. Like we have the AR-10, we have the AR-15, we have the I think M249s take 5.56. I think I could be wrong, but so like we don't necessarily have one platform that does everything. We have one bullet that does everything. Um, well, I guess the AR-10 takes but yeah, the AR-10 takes 7.62, but that's a similar platform to the the M4, so or AR-15, however you want to call it. It's just it's a better ballistically bullet. So it's just but yeah, we're gonna throw a little shade at 7.62 by 39. Um, the only issue is I don't want to shoot too much because I have a lot of ammo. I just don't have that much ammo. I always like to keep a certain level of a stockpile. So and of course, shooting it. If I do shoot the drum, that might have issues because YouTube has a thing where like it counts off the bullets just being shot. So if you like shoot a gun really really fast, it loses count and you can get flagged for it. So
Hmm.
but that's kind of video I've been wanting to do. It's just haven't had the time or the motivation to really do it. But it's whatever. So I don't know if it appears in the channel. It appears in the channel. If not, it will only be a sad little rumor of what could be. So uh, yeah, kind of what
There
he
you
said.
go.
I cut him off there. I'm cutting him off again. Like we're gonna be
God
working
damn.
on this. As we do this more, we're gonna be a lot better not cutting people off. I'm so sorry. Continue with what you're gonna say.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you made it through our first ever mess of recording,
Yeah, it's
I appreciate you for hanging out.
yeah.
And we will come up with a real topic next week. We've already talked about a few
Well,
of
the
them,
mud
and
lore is a good topic, kind of,
um,
sorta, I guess. I
well,
don't
we
know.
can throw some mud lore in.
Right,
Now that we got the gist or the majority of it, we can
right,
kind of trickle it in, spoon feed the rest of it as we talk about other topics.
yeah.
Um, or we'll just complain about other
We'll
things.
we'll,
You
we'll
know,
bitch and moan and rant about things that probably don't matter. I mean, like Killing Floor 3.
you
Um,
know.
because I can't stream that game without ranting about it, and I feel so bad for the people that stay and watch it. I'm sorry, Killing
I don't,
Floor
what do
fan.
you, why do you
Why?
even do it?
Because I find my rants and tangents to be funny, but it's I had to justify paying. I think I already justified it. It's just like there like the core gameplay is still okay. It's just the design decisions and what bothers me though. It's not a Killing Floor game. I don't care what people say. It's not a Killing Floor game. It's like the new Assassin's Creeds. It same universe, but they just changed too much. Like if they would have all shoot the game and be like, "This is Killing Floor cross dimensions" or something, probably would have done better. And I think we were even getting comments in our stream about like you can't treat Killing Floor 3 like Killing Floor 2, or you can't look at them or compare them or whatever. I'm like, they're part of the same franchise. It's literally 2 and 3. Yes, I'm fully aware that I can compare the game. Like going from Killing Floor 1 to 3, that's a little bit harder. But Killing Floor 1, a lot of the elements came to Killing Floor 2, and Killing Floor 2, it's like the trader pod was the same, and a couple of Zeds are kind of the same, and that's like really it. Everything else is different. So it's a love hate relationship. Not we're Dead by Day. It's a love hate relationship, but I do enjoy playing it. Just Killing Floor 3 is just new season came out, and I had to play Gunslinger because that apparently is a new class, even though it's been in Killing Floor 1 and 2 since launches. So there's my gripe with it as well. Um, But as far as like I said, so for as far as podcasts would go, I think generally speaking, we're probably gonna do max 2 hours. Us breaking 1 hour kind of surprises me. I figured if it's gonna be podcasts, is we're gonna talk for 30 minutes, run out of stuff to say, and just be like, and that's it, folks. So
Yeah, I know that was your fear, but I knew that we could probably can
well,
keep
once
it
we get the
going as
ball
long as we
rolling,
really want to. So,
right?
I mean, for this one, I mean, I know there really was no agenda on it. We just kind of wanted to introduce ourselves and who we are and who you are and what you want to do. And I think we've accomplished that pretty well, and we did
Kinda
get
sort of,
ourselves
So
onto a couple tangents here and there to
right, yeah,
kind of indicate that's where we're, you know, what we're kind of headed
right,
towards.
yeah.
So
Hey, you know, just kind of alliterate. Like, it might not be a gaming topic next week. It might be a gaming topic. It's a variety channel. As much as that kind of penalizes us because YouTube doesn't know what to do with variety content. You know, just it might be a different host next week. We might have Raptor in here. We might have 3 people in here. We don't know. Maybe that kind of the nice mystery little cliffhanger. You don't know what's coming next. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for notification when we go live, upload a video, or do any other shenanigans on YouTube. And of course, don't forget the bell to get notified as said shenanigans on YouTube, because we're still on a YouTube naughty list.